Creating a new live broadcast. Alrighty. We should be good to go. Let me just make sure it's reflecting over here. There we go. It's showing live on this bad boy. All right. Alrighty. Well, we are good to roll whenever you are, Jake. All right. So, welcome back, everybody, to Huddle Up. We are getting everything back up and going on this podcast, talking everything sports, fantasy sports, NHL, NBA, NFL. Obviously, we got the draft tonight. Big hopes and big ups on that. We also got NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, um, typical MLB action. We've got a lot of good stuff happening right now in the sports world. You guys all remember Jake? Yes, sir. Sorry, just setting this up real quick. Boom. Boom. No. Alrighty. Jake, what do you wanna hop into, man? You wanna hop into some NBA?
Let's do it.
Let's freaking
Let's
do
get it.
it. And everybody too, down at the bottom of the stream, we actually have the little, it's kind of like a widget thing. It's talking about, like, we're gonna start incorporating a lot more like news and stuff like that. So that as we're talking about, sports and having the podcast and stuff, we'll actually be hit with like some actual news and some stuff like that. So that's what that is down below. Obviously, as you can see, we're just going over the draft criteria. It's not like we're doing anything big on it. It's there to be there, add a little spazazz. Um, so far though, for the Knicks or for the NBA, the first game I have is the Knicks and Hawks. Have you been watching any of that, Bubba?
I haven't watched a whole lot. I haven't watched that series yet. Um, I've only watched a little bit of the. I've watched Thunder, Suns a little bit. My Lakers. A little bit of the Nuggets. What else have I watched? I watched a little bit of the last Spurs and Trailblazers game, and that's been about it. I haven't caught the rest of the league going
I
yet.
got you.
I've seen some highlights and stuff like that to try to keep up with it, but I haven't watched a whole lot.
Yeah, I've been catching up with the highlights. I haven't really sat down and actually watched the games just because of everything. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, guys, like, I know we're sitting here talking sports, but we're dads, we're husbands, we got lives. So,
Yep.
fucking. But no, freaking. I mean, OKC's running the table with the Suns.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
kind
I
of
think that's
figured
gonna
that
be
would
a
happen.
sweep. Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of hoping the Suns could kind of pick it up, but like D Booker, like, I just don't think they have their identity still. Like, yeah,
No.
of course you're gonna make the playoffs with Devin Booker. Who's that one dude? He looks like that one ant from that fucking movie. Oh, what's his nuts? He's got the dreads. Him and LeBron hate each other. Like, every time they play.
Oh, Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, yeah. So we got
Yeah.
D Booker, you got Dylan Brooks, and Dylan Brooks, yeah. At the end of the day, his offense might not all be there, but like, he's a fucking solid defender. He is one
Yeah.
hell of a, like, man to man defender. Um, and then obviously you got like Mark Williams and other shooters like Gillespie on the fucking Suns, but they just kind of, one thing I'm noticing with the NBA, it's not, you don't have to be the best team to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, to get to the playoffs, you can kind of get there willy nilly as long as you play your cards right, which the Suns obviously have. But you can't go in with the Suns team now against an OKC team like that. I mean, they're still the championship team they were last year. Nothing's
Yeah.
changed. SGA still doing his thing, getting to the line. Dylan Brooks just can't handle that, and especially when you have the high-low game, like all the big men on the Suns. Like, yeah, there are a lot of offensive-based people, but they don't have any real like heavy defensive guys. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
don't have like a Dwight Howard. They don't have an Anthony Davis. Prime time. Let me make that very clear. Prime people, but it's like, you know, they can't handle when that high low game. And that high low
Yeah.
game, I'm noticing that's what's killing a lot of teams right now. Um, but yeah, I'm with you on that. I think OKC is going to sweep it. I don't think they're going to win it all though. I have my team. I have my team of mine. We'll go over that later. Uh, but no, yeah, OKC. I feel like it's going to be a sweep, or at least I feel like the Suns will win one at home, but it'll be 3-1 in that series, and then when they go back to OKC, it's done.
Yeah.
Um, with Detroit, Orlando, I think that one's kind of my biggest shock. Oh, what's up?
I'm sorry, I lost you in my headphone for a second. You're good.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Sorry about that. Let me make sure. Hey, say something too on the thing.
Yep. Say
Okay,
something.
there we go. I just want to make sure the levels are good. All right. Um, no, Orlando, Detroit is probably the biggest shocker when Orlando came out and kind of ran the tables on Detroit. But looking at that one, man, I would like to see Orlando make it past the Pistons, but at the same time, they don't hold that consistency. They just don't have that same team that comes out every night. Like Detroit,
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham, first two games, I think the first game he got 24 points, the second game he got 22. I could be wrong here. Let me go to it. 27 last night, or the night that they won. Was it last
Yeah.
night? Yeah, last night. Or no. Yeah, last night. Yeah, so he had 27 points, but like you have that consistency, which in the meantime, you have Jalen Suggs who scored 19. He was the leader for the Magic, but he's only been the Magic's leading scorer in about 14 games this season. That
Yeah.
just shows crazy inconsistency, and you can't be having that. On top of, um, like Paulo Banchero, it's shown right here. He was the leader in assists for the Magic. You can't be having your main scorer be the assist leader.
Right.
Not unless you're doing Cade Cunningham numbers. Like he had 27 points, 11 assists. God knows how many rebounds, but you have to have your specific guys. And if Franz Wagner is your top rebounder and he's only getting 7 rebounds, you got a problem. You can't win off of that. You can't go into Detroit and win like that. And watching a couple of the highlights here, so people on the stream could definitely tune in and watch that part. It's just one of those things that you just can't really hold. You cannot really hold that Pistons offense with that lackadaisical defense. And like Desmond Bain, he's doing everything he can, but he hasn't. They have not found their actual identity either. Talking about the Suns' identity, they haven't found their identity either in regards to like, are they going to be defense heavy? Are they going to be assist heavy? There's nothing that really shows me that the Magic, even if they squeak out of the Pistons like series, nothing shows me that they'll be able to move on and actually win. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I agree. I mean, that would be the NBA title for them if they could if they get out of the first round.
100%.
Um, um, because it's not an easy thing. If you, yeah, you're getting past the one seed, but then you're more than likely going to come up against Cleveland, who is another solid team,
Yeah,
and then more than likely you're gonna run through either the Knicks or the Celtics, and it's good luck with that.
exactly.
So and as like you said, as inconsistent of a team that Orlando is, you're not going to win three series against those teams and then what come up against possibly OKC,
Exactly.
possibly the Nuggets. I want to throw the Lakers in there, but unless Luca comes back, I don't really see the Lakers making the championship game. You know,
I
um,
mean,
it's just I think it's going to be it's for the Lakers. It's a depth issue. That's going to
100%.
be the biggest thing is the depth issue. They're playing really good against the Rockets right now, up two nothing.
I was gonna say, dude, they're smacking that
It's
ass right now.
it's looking good, and one positive thing is that they might get Austin Reeves back in this series because his timetable is coming up closer than Luca's. And if they can get to the next round, they need Luca because you're going to go up against OKC in the next round.
100%.
So, which I think they're just going to get ran through because that OKC team, man, it's just they're fast, they're young,
I was gonna
They
say
they
it's the
they're
youngness.
just
They're the
yeah,
aren't they like still the second or third youngest in the league?
probably. I would
Yeah,
assume so.
but
Um,
freaking no, yeah, that's kind of it with the Pistons though. I feel like the
yeah,
Pistons are gonna pull it out 4-2. I think Orlando's gonna win one at home, but
uh,
I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like the Pistons are going to keep running it because it's clearly shown they're like the Pistons to hop back on the Pistons too. The Pistons are that defensive team. They're showing it with these scores. The first
yeah,
game, it was less than 200 points combined. This one, it's 98 to 83. Game two, you know what I'm saying? Like they hold that defensive line.
yeah,
Um, and then when you look at Orlando, who averaged a pretty their quarterly average was about 24 to 25 points. When you hold them to 21 points in the first quarter, 25 in the second, third, or 16 in the third, and then 21 in the fourth, while you're putting up 38 in the third, yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna run away with it. So I
yeah,
think the Pistons are gonna. I think they're gonna not squeak through, but I think they're gonna get through that one.
yeah,
That one shouldn't be an issue. Going on to the Lakers though, man, I will say this, dude. Freaking James is not overrated. These guys are not overrated. They've got a fucking team. They have a team. They just have to have that role playing
yeah,
team that we see beating the shit out of the Rockets right now because they're smacking them,
yeah,
dude. They are
yeah,
smacking them, and it's one of those things that with the Lakers, they have to not have everybody try like they can't have too many chefs in the kitchen. They gotta let you gotta have your bus boys. You gotta have your
yep,
other stuff. And that's the one thing where like DeAndre Ayton, I feel like he's stepping up big for him. Like, he's definitely focusing on his rebounding. Offensive and
yep,
defensive. Offensive, he gets it. What does he do? He looks for James. He looks for Rui. He passes it out. And it's a good dish game too. There's not one pass leading to an assist. There's typically about 2.5 to 3 passes right now on average in the playoffs
yep,
getting to shots. And that's what you need to do to open up your guys. And then God forbid, just give LeBron a freaking lane, man. I mean,
yep,
at the end of the day, he's still a champion. He's still that 6'9" freaking monster that he is. Let him get in there and score. Let him get in there and dunk it. You can't miss a dunk. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, it's very rare. But
yep,
but no, the Lakers on. I think the thing separating it though is even if they had Luca, it's the defense right now. It's the steals per game. It's the blocks per game. They're coming up with a lot of good turnovers, forcing
yep,
the Suns because even when Kevin Durant does get the ball, and Kevin Durant's got that freaking Slenderman shot, right? Like he shoots it all the way up here, so it's like it's 100% unguardable. But they're still making a miss because of the other off-brand movement.
yep,
It's those extra passes that the Suns are going to have to keep or the Rockets are going to have to keep doing and moving around with it. So I think that's where the Lakers are making their money on the defensive end. The Rockets, however, I mean, you have to if you even want to make it a series, you're going to have to get to 2-2 in Houston, which
yep,
I don't see that happening. I see it going 3-1 maybe, but 2-2, making it 2-2, they might have a chance.
yeah,
Because they are with Alperen Sengun, however you pronounce his last name, I don't know. But Sengun with Durant, and then on top of that, you have your other that is a good role playing team. Like how we talk about the Lakers is how the Rockets have to be. But at the same exact time, they have to win on the fast breaks. That's how they've won all year.
right,
They've won on the fast breaks, offensive and defense. Um, the Rockets were actually ranked number 3 to 4, I think, this year in the regular season when it comes to like a 3-on-1 or 2-on-1. They are the team to stop that 2-on-1 or to
yep,
like come up with some kind of, whether it's a foul or some kind of charge or they can flip it. They can stop that run. That's what you need. You can't be letting the Lakers. You can't let LeBron take the ball from the defensive rebound and get to that lane all in the same like without a pass. He's gonna score
right,
or get fouled. That's just
yep,
how he is. He is that good. LeBron by no means is washed up. By no means is he overrated. This is where in the regular season, I hate seeing him play the way he plays. But the playoffs, this is where people call him King James. This is where he's gonna flourish. And like you said, I don't think even if Austin Reeves comes back, I still think they can pull out an OKC fucking run. I think they
yeah,
could. I 100%, but they have to end it in game 6. They
Yep.
cannot let it get to game 7 because we know what's going to happen. SGA is going to get fouled 4 fucking thousand times. But I think, and LeBron he has to take the freaking reins. He can't let Reeves try running the show. He can't let these young bucks. You know what to do. And everybody's giving Bronny slack for, he was up there and he pretty much talked about how, oh, my dad, he's the one that, we should listen to him because he's been here before. He's been here more than anybody. And, everybody's like, oh, of course he's telling that. No shit. Why would you listen to some rookie or somebody like second, third year sort of thing? Listen to Bronny. Listen to
Yeah.
LeBron. That's who's going to get you to the championship. He's seen multiple championships. He
Yeah.
is the guy with a little bit of help of Kyrie, but he is the guy that brought back that 3-1 series against the 2016 Warriors.
Yep.
Like that's still phenomenal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, give me one quick sec.
You're good.
Sorry, that was a call. I got it's for my gunsmithing course. Got my muzzle loader in, so I gotta go pick that bad boy up. But yeah, fucking what were we talking about? Yeah, no, I think I think if the Lakers just let LeBron, and I'm not saying take away from the coaching. What I'm saying is, I mean, LeBron would be a fucking coach right now if he wasn't a player. You know what I'm saying? Let him do his thing and get these guys to the next series. It's 2-0. I'm not saying the series is over. You know, Nothing's over in this league. But
Yeah.
at the same
No.
time, start focusing and getting people in that mindset of like, all right, close this shit out, move on, because your next one, like you said, it's going to be OKC. There's no way, mark my words, there's no way OKC blows that series. And if they do,
No shot.
good on them. And I should have put 100 on them.
Yeah.
Um, but no, yeah, I think the Lakers, if they can just keep up the defensive play that they have, they're stopping fast breaks. They're not really generating a lot of points off of fast breaks. That's what I keep saying with the 2 to 3 passes. They're making it happen, but it's the passing. But that's where Reeves is
Yeah.
going to, when he comes back, that's where he's going to expand it into OKC territory because he is the assist man. He had, what was it, 19 assists this season? In one of his games, he had like 16 to 19.
Somewhere. Something
It
like
was an
that. Yeah.
absurdly amount, and it's on one of the games that they lost that game. They lost, and it's like, dude, imagine like if everybody it's hard to say that a team isn't in sync when one player has 16 to 19 assists and they still
Yeah.
lost. Like I hate to say it, but they just need to be more in sync for that, especially like you said against OKC. But no, I think Lakers could easily 4-0 it. I mean, it would only be more beneficial to them. I mean,
Yeah.
you got. I'm not saying the Lakers are inexperienced with the playoffs, but you got a team who's been there. They've made runs, they've gotten stopped. The Nuggets
Yeah.
have been like their kryptonite over the past couple years, and it's one of those things where I feel like if you end this series early, you're saving 6 days of just pure practice, of pure refocus, all that good stuff. Um, because if you want to beat OKC, you got to have the same time off as OKC. So if they
Right.
4 out, you got to 4 out. You know what I'm saying? But moving on with that one, we'll go to another kind of looking like a 4-0. It's the Cleveland Raptors. Uh, Basing it off this one, man, the Raptors are doing everything they can. Um, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, they just don't. There's no answers for Donovan Mitchell. The dude is
Yeah.
a freaking animal. You got Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. They are coming in big with the rebounding. Um, Mobley's he's averaging the nine rebounds of the game.
Yep.
I mean, you got he's averaging 9, and then Scotty Barnes is averaging 7.5. You
Yep.
cannot have Scotty Barnes, who's supposed to be like a pretty premier scorer on your team, be the leader in the rebounds. You can't. This is playoffs. I'm not saying you can't have him doing his thing, which that's
Yeah.
cool, but to lead the team, no, that's not how it should be. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you got Donovan Mitchell averaging 28. You got Brandon Ingram averaging 21 and a half. You're just getting outscored. And I'm sorry, but you're getting
Hold on one
outscored by.
second. Hold on.
Oh yeah, you're good, good. Oh, nice. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
You back, boss?
I mean, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. Toronto just needs to play some defense, man. Like you can't. Like you're losing by double digit points in back to back playoff games. You got
Yes.
to play defense. Like 115, 126. You can't be giving up those that many points and expect to win games. It's just
Exactly.
not. It's not gonna happen. And I get it in this day and age. It's an offensive game because everything is a foul nowadays.
100%.
But you got to find a way to play some sort of defense. Um, Otherwise, you stand no chance. And that's
100%.
that's the biggest thing for Toronto is who is gonna step up and play some defense. Um, you got to find a way to shut down Donovan Mitchell in some way, shape, or form. You got to. I don't know. I don't see Toronto coming back in this series. Like I think maybe like in the other series they might win one in Toronto, but other than that, I think this one's probably going to get a sweep, maybe a 4-1.
Well, I mean, the Raptors just got to step it up. They got to stop Donovan Mitchell, but even when Donovan Mitchell's not scoring, that's where the high-low game, and I keep talking about it for the playoffs. The high-low games are winning these series. You got Evan
Yeah,
Mobley, who's still him and Jared Allen. When they get that ball in the paint, they do not miss. They have not missed. Like I think both of them scoring, it's like a 63%. Like that's both of their averages right now. You can't beat a team if you can't stop them in the paint. As much as it's a high-scoring league, and getting to the foul line is kind of definitely a big must. You cannot sit there and expect to beat a team when they're scoring that much in the paint. But that's where Toronto's big men, they've got to actually step up and step in. You can't just be that Olay defense is what I like to call it. They just be letting
right.
them get there. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, the Raptors, their stars need to come out. Like Brandon
Yeah,
Ingram, Scotty Barnes, quickly. They've got to lock in and find out. But see, this is a classic though. Too many chefs, one kitchen. Classic case. You got these guys who are just jacking up shots. It's a fast break. They take a three. Why are you taking threes? It's about what was it? Out of 100% of their fast breaks, I think 28% was a 3-point shot.
yeah,
Why are you taking 3-point shots when that's the case?
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Give me one sec.
Good.
But yeah, no, yeah, you can't be jacking up shots like that. Because what'd you say the last score was of that game? It was 126 to 115 for the Cleveland.
Um, yes. Uh, yeah, 126 to 113.
113.
Well,
Yeah, dude.
that was game one. So that was game one. Game two, they lost by 10, 115 to 105. So you're losing by, double digit points in back to back games.
And if you
You
were to
know,
just take a fast break and just shoot for a foul, shoot for some kind of easy layup, like that 28%, if you just turn that into at least 1 point each, you're probably tied or at least within free throw range to where you can foul them and maybe hit some three to come back in and tie it up and shit like that. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, it's just like, when you go for a 2-pointer in Madden or NCAA and you don't get it, then you're just chasing points. That's all you're doing when you go for a fast break and you don't capitalize with points. You're just chasing those points back. And some teams are good enough to get it. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, when you've got 3-point shooters like the Knicks, they've been popping off on three. OKC, yeah, you can afford to give up a shot or here or a shot or two, but not when you're the Raptors playing the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
It is not going to happen. Um, Going on to Denver and Minnesota. This one's definitely a battle. Um, for Minnesota, I mean, you can't you can't let somebody else other than Anthony Edwards take the show. You got to
Yeah.
let Edwards run his stuff, take his show. It's one of those things where he's that offensive
Hey,
and
give me a
defensive
sec.
force. Oh yeah, you're good,
Give
you're
me
good.
a sec.
Sorry if you guys just all heard that. That's kind of nuts on that part. And then, like I was saying too, also guys, down below you'll see we got pick 1s through 9, pick 10 through 16, 17 through 24, and then we got 25 through 32. That's obviously the NFL draft tonight. I know we're on NBA still to for the time being, but we got some rookie stuff going over. We also got some fantasy football stuff. Good old tips and tricks to kind of get it in there. Get you maybe not owning your team this year, but we're definitely going to go over some fantasy football musts. I didn't tell Jake about it, so he does. We're going to wing it, but me and him are going to build our like prime fantasy football lineup at the end of the day. Um, and we'll just stick to like our basic your basic leagues. We'll stick to that, and then we'll have like one player on like bench, and then that'll be like our our fantasy football because that will probably never happen. Uh, Going on though with the Denver and Minnesota, uh, you gotta if you are Denver or and Minnesota, this goes for both teams. You have to get people in foul trouble early. You've got to get Rudy Gobert in foul trouble because he's like the only defender that can actually kind of give it to Jokic on the offense. He's like Jokic can kind of manhandle a little bit of everybody else that he's played. But when it comes to Gobert, when Gobert's locked up on him, he has like he shoots like 44%, which that's not really Jokic. It's not bad, but I couldn't really find like a percentage of this playoff. So it's just like over the regular season to now. So he's
Yeah.
still making less than half his shots with Gobert on him. So you got to find a way to either put Gobert in some kind of foul trouble or Edwards. Like you got to target those two. You can afford to have Mike Conley out there. You can afford to have other people out there that aren't really like the providers. Um, Meanwhile, I mean the the Timberwolves just aren't as flexible or depth related as the Nuggets. I mean, you got Naz Reid, I believe. He's definitely a good 3-point center, but at the end of the day, you can't afford to lose those guys versus the Nuggies, where it's like, okay, cool, Christian Braun, he gets in foul trouble. Aaron Gordon's in, he's replacing him. You got Jokic. I think it's DeAndre. Shit, what's his nuts? Dang, I can't remember his last name. But they've got like two or three centers that have been showing up and showing out this playoff series when Jokic is off the floor. And that's where the team has struggled all year is when Murray and Jokic are off the floor, do they have people to replicate what they're doing? And obviously, this playoffs is it's definitely the series that we're seeing. They definitely have depth and they definitely can get it rolling on that. So, honestly, this could go either way. I think I would like to see Minnesota pull it out. I would like to see Anthony Edwards get farther and potentially have a series, but I just don't think he has the surrounding cast. I don't think they have people around him that can beat a Jokic and Murray because who are you going to pair him up with? Gobert? Gobert can't hit a free throw to save his fucking life. He's pretty good at defense, but when he's not on the floor, the team falls apart. So you don't have that influential guy, the motivational kind of group the way you do with like the Lakers. Like, okay, cool. What you take LeBron off, put Rui in, and then what? Wait 6, 7 minutes, then take out Luca and put LeBron back in with Reeves, and then take LeBron out, put Luca back in with Reeves. Like you can't lose at all with those lineups. That's such a dynamic lineup. Um, that I just don't think. That's where the Lakers have a one edge or a one up on everybody. Obviously, OKC has that too, but their guys, they're just young, man. I mean, nobody's really had like any major injuries. Nobody's had anything like that, and they've already won a championship. It's the same team. Like they've got this experience. If you think there's going to be walked on, even though they're young, even though whatever, like they've got that experience now, and that's where they're more dangerous. And that's where I'm actually also surprised that people didn't really trade or go for their young bucks the way I thought they would. Like you see Anthony Davis being traded, you see CJ McCollum, Trey Young. They're kind of older guys, right, in this league. Well, not kind of. They are older guys in the league, but it's like you see what they're throwing for them, like two first rounds, a first round, two second rounds, stuff like that. But you don't see anybody throwing anything for Jalen Williams or both Jay Williams on the fucking OKC. You don't see that. So that's kind of where I'm like kind of shocked on that. But with with Denver and Minnesota, I think Denver will win. I think it'll be 4-3 in Denver. Um, I don't see them closing it in Minnesota, unless Minnesota's the one ending it in Game 6. Um, but yeah, so that's my takes on that one. You got anything for that one too?
No, we'll see what happens tonight. Anthony Edwards might be out with a knee injury. It's a
Yeah, I
game time
saw that.
decision.
I saw that.
So,
I'm kind of
you know,
holding it to the. I hate to do this, but I'm holding it to the dog in him. If it's game time on anything playoffs, I don't see, especially Anthony Edwards. I don't see him not playing, but at the same time, it's still early in the series to where, okay, cool. If you do go
right,
down 1-2, you still play that
right,
second game in Minnesota. You can
yeah,
still level at 2-2 going into Denver with a healthier
yeah,
Anthony Edwards. I don't see
right,
why you wouldn't do that, but it's the playoffs, dog. I know
yeah,
it's not the right answer, but I'm letting these players. I want dogs on my team.
yeah,
At the same exact time, we all know the risk. We all know it,
yeah.
and if Edwards goes down, there goes the season. So, um, moving on, we got is anybody on Denver hurt? Like the notable guys?
They don't have anybody. Gordon, I know, is a game time decision.
His was
Um,
calf, right? His calf.
yeah, and then Peyton Watson's out with a hamstring.
That's actually a good blow to him, dude.
So
He's
he's
definitely
out.
a.
At least it says his return is the 25th. So he won't be back for a game or two.
Oh, okay. So it might have been
So
like a slight pull, nothing crazy.
yeah.
I mean,
So
you can't afford to lose somebody like if it's on me, then yeah, I'm sitting Edwards out this series or
yeah.
this game, and yeah, you can't beat a Nuggets team that's full stacked. I mean, Peyton Watson, he is that off the bench guy. Like he definitely, and I think he's even started a couple games this year. Um, and he might have actually got promoted up. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But no, he's definitely when he's in. I always take the over on him when I do bet on him because the dude just he doesn't miss. Like a third quarter hits, it's like he's got that Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Like the moment halftime's over, he's fixed whatever the hell he needed to fix, and he's just an animal, honestly. But he's definitely one of those dudes that can turn it around on a game changer level. We got Boston and Philadelphia. I mean, it's simple. You got to stop Jalen Brown, and you got to get Tyrese Maxey in the game. You gotta have him scoring, and you got to find a way to stop Jalen Brown. And then also, who the hell is Joel Embiid? Like, I mean, what the hell is he doing?
he's doing what he does best and getting injured.
I mean,
Because he's another game time decision.
100%.
Dude's made of glass.
You,
Yeah, I don't know.
you just can't. Yeah, it just pisses me off too because like they have such a like this was the team to get somewhere if they were going to, and then he's just dude. But that's just him not taking care of himself, man. I mean, you see, he's reckless as hell on the floor. You know, it's not like I know everybody kind of makes fun of the way Shaq was and all that stuff, but like the dude had such like longevity, like him, Dirk Nowitzki, and all these other big guys because of how they played on the floor. They didn't go for like they weren't dumb on the floor, man. You know. And then you look at Joel Embiid, and the dude's I don't know. He treats every game like a pickup game. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't really surprise me that he constantly stays hurt. Is it his leg this time as well?
Abdomen.
Abdomen? Okay. He's not doing enough crunches, man.
Yeah.
But no, going off these numbers, I mean, obviously, like I just said, when out of the two games that they played, Tyrese Maxey 28.3 average points, Jaylen Brown 28.7. You got to keep Maxey involved. The first game he was not involved, I believe. I believe it was the first game
Yeah.
they got blown out. Um, but you can't not have him in the game. He is your guy. Andre Drummond stepping up big time, absolutely stepping up. Um, he's having 8.4 rebounds averaged, and then Queta is 8.4 as well. So it's a good even match on the rebounding, and then the assist. I don't mind it because Tyrese Maxey is that guy, but at the same time, you know, you I would kind of expect more of a passing team to be implemented here with Joel Embiid being out. You know what I'm saying? Like Andre Drummond, by no means is he's still doing his thing. He's a role player dude. He's doing his thing, but he's not Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid does have that three ball in him. He does have kind of a drive. Andre Drummond's more of a set, and like he does give a good spin. He does give a good fadeaway, but that's not really his kind of game. He likes to be up and close to that rim, which he's a big man. That's how it should be. You know, you can't go wrong with what shot you gonna do. Are you gonna try to take a 16-footer, or are you gonna get for a 6-footer?
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. And then with the first game, it was 123 to 91, and then the second game was 111 to 97. So we're definitely seeing some kind of fluctuation with the defenses here. Um, to be held, I mean, you could obviously see who's like that's in a defensive game, like this game that I expected. These are defensive games, obviously, but in order for you to be like a solid defensive, like for me as a coach to say you've had a solid defensive game is exactly this. For the first game, game one, Boston held them to almost 90 under. The second game, Philly held them to 100 under. That's what you got to do to win the games. You know what I'm saying? Like how we talked about earlier with the 115 to 105 and all the other stuff, the 126 to 113.
Yeah.
You keep them in that 100 range. You don't need to worry about outscoring them. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
can just keep it. You can keep that flow going. I do think with Joel Embiid being more of a liability than anything, I think Boston, because Tatum's back too, ain't he? He's getting back in the swing of things. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't see them.
Yeah.
I don't see Boston losing.
No.
Not this round. I could see it being 4-2. I could even see it being 4-1.
Yeah.
Boston. But they are going back to they are in Philly, so might be a little momentum there for Maxey and them. But unless they come out and bring it, I don't see it happening. Um, but we'll just have to see. That's one of those. This is one of the series that it could completely turn, or it could stay. Boston just doing their thing, man.
Yep.
Um, let's see. You got anything else on that one, Boston or Philly?
No. I got Boston winning it.
Yeah. And then we already talked about Lakers, Houston, Spurs, and Portland. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. The Spurs, that last game or the one where Portland won. I mean, that's just. I'm not saying it was a fluke, but I'm gonna kind of say it was a fluke. Everything just kind of went their way at the end there. Denny Avila, he just couldn't miss. I mean, the dude on your last series, on your last 5 possessions, 3 of those possessions are ending in threes, and you don't miss on your last 5 possessions, of course you're gonna you're gonna clutch up. You're going to That's how you finish a game. But I just don't see them consistently keeping up with it. I will say, however, though, Wembanyama, I mean, good God, that dude's a freaking, we all know what the hell he is. And actually, hold up one sec. Stat- I think he. Okay, so Wembanyama was diagnosed with a concussion on Tuesday. His status for
Yeah,
Game 3 remains up in the air. Okay, but he was
yeah,
spotted at practice. He's going to the game with his team.
yeah.
Um,
I don't see him playing.
yeah,
Um,
not with a concussion, not with the protocol. They could
but
say game time decision all they want, but
yeah,
nah,
it's not.
not.
It's not going to matter. I think Portland probably will take this next game, possibly
100%.
with Wemby being out,
Well, they're going
but
into Portland. That's a big factor. I mean,
they don't stand a chance in this series. They did a good job of winning one. I think they might win one more.
I'd
But
say
when Wemby
after
comes
game 3,
back,
it's done. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they just they don't have enough. Um, if Damian Lillard was in, then I would say it's a whole nother ball game.
Well,
But
I will say it's
um,
surprising to see these numbers with
yeah,
the
but they're playing tough.
with yeah, they're playing tough for sure. The first game,
But
111-98, that game just gets away from you. It happens.
yeah,
But the second game, I want to see more dominance, like how Philly was with Boston.
yeah,
To win 106 to 103, like with how
yeah,
I said at the end of the last 5 possessions just went your way. There's a traveling offensive fouls by the Spurs. Like you literally couldn't have had a better written up game. Now I'm not saying by no means it was scripted or no shit. I'm just saying you can't write it up. Like you're playing story mode in My Player in 2K. That's literally how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like if they
yeah,
have a game written up for you. So I was hoping maybe like at least a 9 to 10 point win for me to be like, yeah, they've got something. But Klingon is actually out rebounding Victor Wembanyama 11.6 to 11.5. So, I mean, that number's surprising because I definitely would not notice that in the scores.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Um,
yeah,
I will say Avita or Avdia, what however you say his name, Denny. Um, he's definitely bringing it too because he was the big reason in that one in the Suns game. They were right there the whole time. Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
You
dude.
got
I
to
mean,
think if
Victor Wimby.
Lemon if he doesn't go down in that game, I don't think Portland even wins.
No,
That's the thing.
no.
He exits early from the game, and
I think it was the first quarter, 2 minutes left, some shit like that, right? Or like maybe
yeah,
possibly early second
yeah, yeah. It was early, and for you to still keep the game as close as it was, and
without your
only win by
superstar.
three,
Yeah.
I Portland doesn't stand a chance.
Nah, not when he comes back. Like we talked about, I think game 3 could go to Portland. They're in Portland, they can do the flip flop where Spurs won the first game in San Antonio, Portland won the second game. Portland wins the first game, San Antonio wins the second game, but after that it's a wrap. You can't go down 3-2 to the Spurs and then go back to Portland with a healthy Spurs team. You just can't. Not with the size, dude. They're huge. The Spurs themselves are a team of just absolute sheer, just like nothing but genetics on that team, and
Yeah,
that's literally why they're there. But yeah, I could see it easily being a 4-2. I could see it being a 4-3 if they have another. They've shown that they've shown that without their superstar, they can't win. Like at the end of the day, even though it was by 3, they still lost without Victor Wembanyama. So it's one of those things where we're seeing it. Like that shows me, okay, cool. If Steven Castle goes down, their assist leader, can they, move the ball? Can they do? Can they fill that spot? Which obviously
yeah,
you can't fill a 7'4" center spot. You just can't. But like that's what I'm saying is it the score doesn't tell the story of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, Let me see. Other than that, I think that's all we really got on. I think that's all we really got on NBA so
Okay.
far. Who's your too early prediction to win it? To win it all?
Um, I'm gonna. I think OKC is still the team to beat. I really do. I just think they're too good, too fast. Um, but if the Lakers can get through this series and get Luca back, I think the Lakers could take it. I really do.
Yeah, that's
And I
that's
am biased as a Laker fan, but if you've got LeBron, you've got Luca, you've got Austin Reeves, you've got all your guys back.
yep.
I I mean,
I don't see how you
look
lose.
look at the run that they were on heading into the playoffs before Luca goes down. Luca, and
Well,
plus
yeah, it
Luca
was
gets,
what 18-3, right? It was like an
yeah,
18-3,
like
18-4 run.
they were tearing it up, and then Luca, who should be an MVP finalist this year, getting robbed. I think if they get past this series and he comes back, I think he's going to be on a tear because I think he's going to have a big chip on his shoulder for getting screwed out of that MVP race because
100%.
his numbers are better than everybody's, and you're just going to leave him out for what? So,
Exactly. No,
um,
I think the Lakers are definitely the team. I think that's the team to beat. Um, it's one of those things where after watching OKC for so long, and after seeing with the Pacers last year in the finals, when SGA is off that floor, they don't have the same team.
yeah,
When Chet Holmgren's off the floor, even with SGA on, like they have to have the certain guys on that floor.
yeah,
I don't see them with the Lakers, like how we talked about. You can have out of the 3 to 4 superstars they got, as long as it's a role player, as long as it's this Laker team that is going up against whoever, they 100%, I feel like, can pull it out. But I'm gonna
yeah,
either say Lakers or Spurs. I think this might be the Spurs season.
yeah. I can see that.
Obviously with the healthy team, um, I would like fan favorite. I would like to see a Spurs OKC finals. If well, it would have to be semifinals, right?
The Western Conference Finals. Yeah,
Western Conference, because I love the rivalry with Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren. Like that is just
yeah,
like you got final possession, Spurs up one. What's Chet gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna have it. It's gonna be on him. Um, no, I like that kind of stuff though. But I feel like it could 100% be Lakers to Spurs. I feel like that's going to be the Western Conference.
yeah.
Um, unless they play before, but those are my two for sure. For sure. Gonna just touch on some NHL. Haven't really like watched these too much. Let me see this. Is it on this page? Yeah. Obviously, fan favorite for me is the Buffalo Sabres. Clutching up game one, going out 4-3, and then losing 4-2. Um, I was hoping the Sabres were going to at least win at home, but like I said, they lost that second game. Bruins don't lose at home, so we'll just have to see what happens. Unfortunately, that's kind of all we can really do. Um, Hopefully they clutch it up though. I would like to see them pull it out. We got Carolina. Oh, that series is 1-1.
Yep.
We got Carolina and then the Ottawa Senators. Carolina
Yeah.
smacking them
Yeah.
two
I mean
nothing. They
that series is over.
Yeah, fucking 2-1 or 2-0 and 3-2. Now they're playing at uh at the Senators' home, and I just don't see the Hurricanes losing that one.
I don't either.
Not after looking at these the stats. These guys are it's just a mismatch, man. You
Yeah.
can't sit there and really say it's close. It's
Yeah.
close. Colorado Avalanche smacking LA
Yeah, it's tough. His
two
team is. I
nothing.
mean, they got
It's
lucky. They got lucky to
yeah,
even get into the playoffs.
the LA Kings.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like they're not that. I would like to see them. That's my team. I would
yeah,
like
but
to
to
see
still
them
only
make a
lose to the
run.
Avalanche 2-1 both times, both
I mean,
games.
they're
That's
in
not
the games.
yeah.
They're in each one of them.
They're fighting for
They
their life.
just can't. They need to get some offense going. You know, um,
Yeah, because the
because
goalie
I
percentages is crazy.
yeah. I mean, he stopped 28 out of 30 goals, like at 30 shots.
Yeah,
What do you expect? Like that's
he's
so tough. So um, it's tough, man. I mean, I would like to see them make a deep run for Kopitar's final season, but I just Colorado's just too good of a team.
yeah, man. They're
They've
two and
been
C,
they've been
bro.
they've been solid all year long.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely one of those teams that like at the beginning you're like, oh, that team they'll be good, right?
yeah,
But I don't think anybody expected a 55-16 fucking record. Um, let me see here. We got this one. Oh, that was that. Boom. We got Tampa Bay. So we got here. Montreal Canadiens, Tampa Bay.
ooh,
I think it's only fair that, the Tampa Bay goes in and makes this a fucking 3-1 series and then knocks out Canadians, you know, after losing to USA. Anything Canada just should not be in hockey after this year. I think we can all agree on that. I mean, it sucks to suck. You got to be the best to beat the best. And, you know, it's just one of those things. I can't even name one player on the Montreal Canadiens, dog. I didn't even know. I did not know it was out of Montreal. I really didn't. What the frick? Okay, so yeah. Hopefully, I can see from looking at the records, this is a closer game. Yeah, looking at the records, this is definitely a closer game. But
yeah. It's a good matchup.
The Canadians have. Let's see. Canadians are better at home than the Lightning, but the Lightning's better away than the Canadians. So that's a good one. I love those matchups. We got here. We got Vegas. Yep, Vegas Golden Knights, and then Utah Mammoth. We got another pretty close one. This one looks pretty close as well. We had a 4-2 win by the Golden Knights, and then a 3-2 win by the Mammoth.
Yeah,
Has the
yeah. I think
Mammoth
that
always
one's
been a team?
no. They're new.
Okay, I was like, dude, that
That
does not.
yeah. They're brand new.
Okay, I was about to say.
Because that was I think they might be mistaken, but I think that they used to be the Arizona team, the Coyotes, and then
Oh, okay.
they moved them to Utah, and they I think this is their first year, second year. Because I think their first year they didn't have a name, and then they just came up with a mammoth. I think this year, I believe.
To
I
get
could be
to get to the
mistaken by a
playoffs
year.
second year, that's a fucking feat. That's
Most of the time they do, man. I mean, fucking Vegas, they did it. Like they were in like the stand. I think they were in the Stanley Cup Finals their first year as a team, and then I
that's
think
right.
they
They
won
were.
it their second year or something like that. So it's like, yeah, it's anything could happen. I mean, that's that's the beauty about it. I wish they would have changed their name to like the Utah Storm and Mormons or something like that. Something funny. But
the, the Utah Slam and Clamons.
yeah,
Oh, Utah, you
but
are a joke.
that's a good series. That's going to go back and forth.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Vegas wins it. Um,
Well,
but
what
it's
what
going to
is
go
on
back
that
and
one?
forth.
in Vegas, the Golden Knights won 4-2, and then they lost 3-2. So the Mammoth going to Utah on a 2-game streak here at home. I
Yeah.
think that carries some momentum. It could flip flop, make it 2-2, which I could definitely see that. But I don't know, man. If the Mammoth, it's just Mr. Momentum. It's all
Yeah.
about momentum, bro. Freaking, how are you gonna hold it? That's
Two
yeah, that's a good
wins.
one. Always. Ed Edmonton Oilers,
Yep.
and then Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah. Which
Anaheim.
shit. I think this has got to be the first time in a long time the fucking Ducks have been in the playoffs.
I was gonna say,
I don't. I
dang,
mean, they might have been in, but I don't remember the last time. Um,
dang. 4-3 Oilers won game one. Ducks won the second game 6-4. Going
yeah.
into going to be at Anaheim for 2 games, like how we said with the Mammoth. That'll be another good one, and this does look like a relatively closer game, like series too. So
Yeah.
that's the thing I love about hockey, though, man. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how good the records are. Like if that team brings it and just punches you in the mouth with all the power plays and all the other shit that affects it, bro, they could just get on a streak. Because that was like I saw the clip. I believe it was the Anaheim one. There's a clip out there, and dude, they freaking score. It's what was it, 3-2? It was 3-2, I think, at the time. Oilers were up against the Ducks. They score, make it 3-3, and then like not even 10 seconds into the next play, 4-3,
Yeah.
Ducks on top, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, back in our day, that was not the case with hockey. Like, it was it was not as offense based as it is now, for sure. But no, that's kind of what we got rolling with hockey. So some good matchups. I think the Buffalo Boston one's going to be a good one too.
Yeah.
It's the records are kind of more spread apart, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's the Boston Bruins, and then you have the Buffalo Sabres who haven't been in the playoffs for years. You know what I'm saying? So that's who we got on that one. Oh shit! All right, went over NBA. Got some NHL. All right. So I thought this one would be a cool one. We'll just go through, and people watching on the stream, they'll be able to what you call it, look and see what we got put up here. Um, Jake, are you able to see this at all on the stream?
What are you streaming on?
YouTube.
Oh, is it on YouTube right now?
Yeah, yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah. I can pull it up real quick.
Sorry, next time I gotta send this to you. I didn't even think about that. I think this one. I looked at a couple of them, and I think this one is the closest one that I can see happening. Now, granted, they have certain teams like this is already predicted with like a trade up, trade down sort of thing. This is the one I went with the most. I feel like this is probably the closest that we could possibly see. Um, Obviously, number one, Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Raiders. Um, I think that's a gimme.
Yep.
We got Dante Moore Jr., quarterback to the Jets, which I don't not agree with that, but I just
I
didn't
don't.
think that was. I
Yeah.
didn't think that was going to be the Jets' first look was a QB.
It's not. I don't think so. I
Yeah,
don't think it is.
actually, did I do the right one? Okay, here. I think this was the one I was looking at then. The other one might have been rough. But we got Fernando Mendoza, Raiders, and then Sony Styles, linebacker, Ohio State, to the Jets. That was the one I was. This was the one. Um, I know they're definitely the Jets are beefing up the defense, so that's why this one wasn't completely out of there. Jeremiah Love to the Cardinals,
Yep.
which that'll be. one hell of a pinpoint for us to hit on with fantasy football because you got James Conner, Tyler Algier, and if Jeremiah Love goes to the Cardinals, that's gonna definitely shake it up. Caleb Downs to the Titans, I could definitely see that. Um, Arvell Reese, linebacker to the Giants. Cardinal Tate to the Browns. David Bailey, edge to the Washington Commanders. Not even going to try that freaking name, but he's a guard to the Saints. We got Francis. Yeah, that name. Tackle to the Chiefs. Reuben Bain Jr., edge to the Bengals. If Caleb Downs isn't available, which I doubt he would be by the time the Bengals go to pick. Wait, no, did they trade? No, this one's after. Or this one was before the trade then. Because didn't they get Dexter Lawrence for the 10th round pick? Or for the 10th pick?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's right. Yeah, so that one's out there. That 10th round pick or the 10th pick would go to the Giants then. Correct?
I believe so.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Sorry guys, we got to work with this. This
Um,
thing's changing constantly. Um Spencer Fano. I mean, there's a lot of let me see here. There's a lot of offensive linemen going to certain teams, but it doesn't seem that far fetched when you see who they're going to. Cowboys cornerback Mansour Delane, Brandon Sis, cornerback, Dylan Thieneman, safety. Damn, they got Mekhi Lemon going to the Steelers on this one, actually. Hmm. This one might be this one might just be a toss up then.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of teams like I don't see the San Francisco 49ers getting Brazel. I mean, I can see the Packers were interested in him in the most, but I don't see them getting a receiver after snagging Mike Evans. That wasn't on receivers are on their priority, but not a first round priority. I could see Omar Cooper going to the Rams. Chris Bell, that I don't even think the Patriots are looking at a receiver right now for first round. I believe we're going to take a tackle. Dang, yeah, this one might be and this one's suggesting that the Seahawks trade away their 32nd pick, which I don't see that happening after losing Kenneth Walker. I could see them replacing a running back there.
Well, I mean, they did. They did. They picked up um Emmanuel Wilson from Green Bay.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
he'll
that's
be
a good snag. Okay.
he'll be the backup to Charbonnet, which he's a solid number two.
Well, he's going to be number one probably for the first couple weeks because Charbonnet might not be
Probably.
back until
Yeah.
mid-season.
Yeah.
Which Emmanuel Wilson in that offense is going to be fucking crazy. Yeah, I just don't see like Mekhi Lemon going to the 21st. I don't see the Ravens. I mean, they're more likely going to get like Mekhi Lemon than anybody else. I mean, they're kind of the ones hurting on depth at receiver, like solidified receivers.
Yeah.
Kenyon Sadiq, I don't see him going first round. Maybe a little bit later, but not to the 15. Avion Terrell, I can see him going top 10. I thought he would probably be a Saints or Commanders pick. Caleb Banks as well, probably to the Giants. Just to replace Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But this draft is definitely going to be the hardest one to actually hit to. Like, guess who's going where. Because it's just one of those things that after looking at the Bengals, these teams are actually starting to get bullied into choosing what everybody needs them to get, like what the fans are trying to get them to go towards. If we're definitely seeing anything with that, I mean, look at the Browns too. Like the Browns, the coaching staff and shit have been bringing in mainly offensive linemen and offensive linemen, receivers, and linebackers. I can't tell you
Yeah.
the last time they ever sat down with some receivers. I really can't. Um, Minnesota, I could definitely see them getting a D tackle. Caleb Banks, I could definitely see going there, but I could also see Caleb Banks going to the Cowboys because to tag team that with Quentin Williams, why not? Why would you not? Peter Woods as well. Peter Woods is another solid one. Clemson. Yeah, there's just a lot of tackles on this that I don't think. I just don't think the Chiefs would be focused on a tackle. I feel like they'd be more defensive. I could see Spencer. I could see the Dolphins getting a tackle. I could even see the Bills using their shit for a tackle because they're still trying to get people to protect Josh Allen.
Yeah. Well, they trust his legs too much to care about that.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. Is if there's one thing that we saw in these playoffs, it's that Josh Allen has the ball. He does too much in these games because that's where that fumble came in at the late Denver game.
Yep.
He spits up a fumble, but everybody talks about, oh, this one play, that's a play, that's a random play from Josh Allen.
Yep.
But at the same time, we're not going to talk about how he still ran the ball 7 times before that, and he did fumble twice that game, I believe. One in the backfield, one scrambling up top. That was the sealer, though. Cardinal Tate, yeah, I mean, I could see the Jets snagging Cardinal Tate. I mean, the Browns grabbing him is also really realistic. Yeah, I don't know. It's just honestly, man, it's just gonna have to be. It's just up in the air. There's nothing really that. The only guaranteed one is Fernando Mendoza. I don't see the Raiders getting anybody else. Like you're
No.
dumb. You're dumb if you don't take him. You give the Jets Fernando Mendoza. No,
I mean, he I mean, unless they get a boatload of picks for him, and you really wanted to trade that away, and there's somebody else on the board that you like in one of the later rounds, because
I mean,
even if you trade back, say the say Jets go, hey, we want that number one overall pick. We'll give you both of our first round picks. Okay, cool. Jets take Fernando Mendoza. The Raiders, you draft who you want now at this point. You wouldn't waste it on a quarterback because no other quarterback, in my opinion, is worth their first round pick.
no,
So, and there's guys out there that they're still free agents. There's still guys out there. There's guys that can come in and do the job for you until next year's draft. Or you you load up and you go get a guy like Ty Simpson in the second round. You go get a guy like Dante Moore in the second round,
yeah,
things like that. Um, Now, don't see that happening. I I I, I think the Raiders are just going to take Fernando. Nice safe bet. You know what he's capable of. You know how smart he is.
exactly. And honestly, too, you throw him in there with Ashton GT in the background and get some surrounding cast with him.
Yeah,
I mean, Trey Tucker. You've got guys there.
yeah.
You still got your tight end. What's the tight end's name? Brock Bowers. Like
Brock
you still got.
Bowers.
And we know Fernando loves the tight ends, man. Let me see if there's any images here. I just want a list of picks. Whatever. But yeah, no, that's definitely. No, it's just gonna be a throw up, man. I mean, it's definitely gonna be entertaining to watch. I'm definitely curious on who's gonna grab who.
Yeah, I mean this draft is going to be interesting because I think there's going to be a lot of moving pieces, a lot of trades that are going to happen because this draft isn't stacked.
Actually,
You
hey
know,
Jake, you know
it
what?
yeah.
Hey, we're gonna do a mock draft right now. Are you watching on
All
stream?
right. Yeah, I'm on stream.
All right, bet.
Give me one
Let
sec.
me. Yeah, you could. And there I go. He just throws me over. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks this draft. Which I actually thought I had. Hold up. 137. One, two, three, four. Huh. Oh, it might be like simulating if I like sent some away, maybe. I don't know. All right, we'll just go ahead and start. Wait, is this a mock draft? Yeah, mock draft. Okay, new mock draft. Okay. Wait, whoops. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You don't know.
Hold on, hold on. I just got this freaking. Okay, yeah, dude, dude, what the fuck? Okay, dude, it was just freaking me out for a minute. I was like, dude, ain't no fucking way. So, in this case, it would be Jeremiah Love, Fernando Mendoza, Lemon. Okay. Okay, so we're pretty much choosing from Zachariah Branch. Oh, what the hell? It's auto pick, dude? What the fuck is going on? Okay, so we took Zachariah Branch, Chris Brazel. Or no, we took Zachariah Branch and then Claiborne. Bro, what? Okay, yeah, we'll just go ahead and get out of that because that's fucking wild. We will just go ahead and not ever do that again. I'm still getting fucking. Okay, well, the draft commenced, I guess. Good lord, that was nuts. Okay. 3 minutes. Okay. guess we'll go and see this one. Chris Brazzle. Okay, so pretty much I would Chris Brazzle. Oh, this was the first one I did, yeah. But it's still missing 2 picks though. It's saying that I'm trading these 2 away. Right, 3-9 and 4-9. Sorry, dude. Hold on. I've never really looked at it on the computer. I just did it on my phone. 3-6-7-1-3. Okay. Good God. Okay. Yeah. So we won't even touch that again. That's fucking nuts. That is nuts. Okay. Good Lord. That was loud as shit, too. But yeah. After looking at it with Chris Brazzle. Yeah, fuck it. We got Chris Brazzle for the receiver. The Bills, Saints, and Eagles were looking at him. I don't really know too much about these guys. I haven't really seen like a lot of gameplay on them. These are obviously just like late dudes who are going in the later rounds. But like I said, I got 10 picks in the third for the third and fourth round, so that's why I'm focusing on that. But for the running backs, if I have Jadarian Pierce, Jonah Coleman, Emmett Johnson, Nicholas Singleton, Katron Allen, or Mackie Hughes, those are like the go getters. Like if they drop back to the third round for me, like those are like my go getters.
Yeah.
And then I have wide receivers: Omar Copper Jr., Jeremy Bernard, Denzel Boston, Makai Lemon, Chris Bell, Ted Hurst. Those are my other, like if the receivers drop, which I doubt they will, but if they drop, I'll snag them. But yeah, dude, it's just too hard to tell right now because you don't know who's going to go after who.
Yeah.
You really don't. The only and one of the like I said, the only thing that really well, one of the things that saved me and that gave my bench so much depth is the freaking with Travis Hunter going off of wide receiver status. Because now I got Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington. And then actually too, since you're here, let me free agents. Hmm. Okay, so it just gives me the rookies then, huh? Yeah, dude. This shit's weird on the fucking computer. Huh. Well, I was gonna look up free agents and stuff too. I guess I'm not going to. Cause it's just giving me all the. It's just giving me all the freaking rookies.
So that's all. This can't be rookies because I saw Coleman down there.
Where'd you see
No,
him at?
because no. See, those aren't. None of those are rookies. Only the rookie has the
Oh
pink
yeah. Why
or
is
the
it showing
purple.
up like this?
Because go down. Because I saw Jaden Reed on there. If you go down, yeah,
Oh yeah,
keep,
Sam Howard or Skylar Howard.
yeah, keep going.
Okay, wait.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know why it's
Where,
showing up like this.
where was he at? I saw him earlier.
Here, hold on. Okay, yeah,
He
it's
wasn't.
not it's not showing up at all like this. Because yeah, this is how it shows up on my thing. It shows like the player and all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's way cleaner than what the hell I'm trying to find.
Yeah, I just saw Jaden Reed's name up there earlier.
Um, but no,
And
going through some free agents here off of the phone. Some of the things I was looking at. There's a lot of hype, obviously, like how we talked about with Odell Beckham. Would you waste your time?
no,
No. What about Jalen Tolbert? He's now in Miami, wide receiver.
maybe. I mean, he wouldn't be bad for depth, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough because yeah, it's gonna be tough because you got a whole nother new system going on down there now. So
Exactly, too.
that's gonna be tough. You got a brand new quarterback. You got a brand new head coach. Um, so you don't know what their identity is really gonna be. So
100%.
it's tough to say.
And that's another thing, too. I was looking at Jalen Polk, because he's still in New Orleans because we traded him for the seventh round, but he missed all last year with the knee injury. But with him, there's already like a lot of good like things being said about him at the training camps and all the little camps they're
Yeah,
having now. And he's apparently hand in hand with Chris Olave, which now that they have Tyler Shuck, I mean a good that's a good quarterback to have with
yeah,
them.
yeah,
And he's still only 24, so definitely get something out of him.
yeah,
I was thinking about snagging him there, just as like if I need depth, but I want to snag him at the beginning, and then let him like fade off on his own because I have a couple of guys like that, but I've cleared up a bunch of good. I cleared up a bunch of spots, but it's just one of those. I think I might let Greg Dortch go because
well,
he's with the
go back to that the free agent receivers.
this one.
The free agent receivers. Where you at? You on the free agency?
Yeah.
It's taking forever on the stream.
Oh, geez.
All right. Now scroll down some. It's taking forever to catch up.
Oh, geez.
My
I think I got a delay on there for some reason.
yeah.
It might be like a stream snipe thing. Oh yeah, there he is, Jaden Reed, Joe Reed,
Yeah. Oh, is it Joe Reed? Okay, because it
Joe
just
Reed.
says Jay
Okay.
Reed. Okay, 'cause
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way Jaden Reed is not on somebody's team right now. Because if he's not, that's an easy snag, and you can easily get some trade out of him.
If only I could, dude. Nah. I had this guy throw me a he threw me a trade today. Shuck it, and it consisted of Rashad Bateman, Darnell Washington, Tez Johnson for Christian Watson, and I declined it. And my reasoning with that is like, dude, you have two very mediocre receivers who have like one good game, and then you have a tight end who pops off for about 4 games, and then that's that.
Yeah,
And like with my tight ends now, from what we're seeing, it's let me see here. I still have Jake Ferguson as my top, like he's my number one tight end, and then I have AJ Barner and Isaiah Likely still.
yeah,
So I kept those two because with AJ Barner, He's definitely a possession. Like whenever they get to the goal line with the Seahawks, he's definitely a possession tight end. Then, like he always like he'd be snagging the touchdowns. And then with Isaiah Likely going back with Harbaugh, you know, we know they love the tight ends. Him, Jackson Dart. So why not just keep him on for the ride? Because I did have a trade for him, and it was Justin Fields and then a 2027 third round. But I mean, I just didn't see any value into that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
Justin Fields he's still on Kansas City, but there's no need for that. Like I won't get any playing time from him. And then the 2027 third round, it's not like if it would have been something for this round, I probably would have entertained it and just sent it, and then just cut Justin later on. But nah. And actually, too, with let me go over to my brother's team because me and Zach were talking about a trade, and I want to see how you would rank this up. So looking on the stream here, he's got J.K. Dobbins and Jalen Warren. I was going to throw him Alec Pierce for those two. Like we were talking about it, but I'm not. We're not pulling the trigger on anything yet because I need to wait and see what Denver says about J.K. Dobbins because they've only extended him a year. He only has a year left with them, and then Jalen Warren, obviously, yeah, he's the main running back for the Steelers, but he didn't really have he didn't have the explosiveness that they thought. With that being said, I have Debo Samuel still on my team, and I'm waiting to see who either picks him up or if he just decides to go. Because if he doesn't get picked up at all, then it'd be dumb for me to get rid of a receiver, especially one that has Michael Pittman now no longer on the team.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like Alec Pierce quickly became that guy. Him and Tyler Warren are like the top two guys now for Indy. So that was something that I was looking at, but I just don't know if if it's the feeling of being trade happy or stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know if I would.
Nah.
What? No.
Oh jeez. What is this? There we go. Alrighty. But yeah, I think. Oh my bad. We'll just wait once when he's done, and then we will. I think we're good to wrap it up. And then also too, we actually have. Let's see, MLB. Got some games happening right now, actually, too. We got Atlanta beating Washington 6-2. We got Milwaukee beating Detroit 4-3. We've got Chicago beating Philly 5-2, but that's at bottom of the fourth, so that's still a lot of gameplay. Looks like we got San Diego and the Rockies playing now, bottom of the first. So, yeah, got some good games on right now for MLB, but we just gotta let that happen. Still too early on some of those games. But Jake, I think we're good, big dog. I think
Yep.
we've talked about everything else that we need to, at least for what we can for football. We threw out what we could. NBA we
Yes.
went into it pretty good.
Yeah.
NHL touched on it, and then NFL we can't do shit until the draft happens, and then we see who goes where.
Yep.
And on top of that, like we're throwing out our projections right now, guys. But please understand that you still got training camps, you still have OTAs, you still have all this other stuff that goes on where people can get injured, people can get cut, people can do all these other things, and it's just not like cut and dry how we make it seem.
Right.
Um, but yeah, other than that, I think that is it, Bubba. Oh yeah, we
Sounds
went over the
good.
rookies. We went over some of the rookies pretty solid.
Yep.
Kind of gave a little mock draft demonstration. Sorry, dude, that sleeper thing was not being my friend on the computer.
All good.
Um,
All good.
but other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in.
All
We had
right.
a good amount of watchers. And I think we'll probably shoot for Sunday or sometime next week, like
Yep.
Monday, Tuesday time frame, so that way we can kind of go over who got drafted where, and we'll have a better understanding of all that good stuff.
Yep.
So thank you guys for tuning in. We will definitely catch you later, and just stay tuned.